Hey, well, hello, my fellow car modelers. How you doing today? I hope you're having a wonderful 4th of July weekend. All my fellow Americans out there, and to everybody else in the rest of the world, just having a great weekend. And I haven't really been on a lot for a lot of different reasons, and I haven't been bringing you too many videos, but I have been very busy. And I thought today, just kind of do a little bit of a what I'm working on, what I'm doing, what's been taking a lot of my time away, and let's just listen to the music that we got from AZLeo Valor, and we'll be right with you. So, you can see I got a couple things, but there's even more I got going on my bench. I got tons of things happening on the bench. I got tons of things with the new resin company that we're coming out with, and it has a lot to do with getting the shop ready. And boy, oh boy, have I come into a ton of setbacks. 2 steps forward. No, I get that wrong. It's 1 step forward, 2 steps back, whatever the song says. And I tell you, I'm just trying to get so many things done. I've got in a now pretty much less than 2 months up in the Vegas show, that you saw at the beginning of this video. I've been pumping that show. I'm going to be up there with Steve from Value Gear. I talked about that on the Model Car Guys. You go check out the Model Car Guys if you haven't watched that episode. I do a little discussing about kind of what you see right here in the video also. But I am really excited about getting up to Vegas. A lot of you builders from the Southwest, I'm sure, are going to be there. It is I think it's becoming a pretty important show, and it's an everything show. But there are a lot of model car builders up there in Vegas, really, really good ones, and they're a part of the whole team that puts that on. So the cars are going to be pretty heavily represented. So if you're on the fence about going because it's an everything show and it's IPMS, don't be. Believe me, cars are very represented there. And heck, I'm going to be there. And I'm going to be at a table with my buddy Steve from Value Gear. And if you're not familiar with him, because you might not build military models, he does beautiful resin pieces of stowage for tanks and stuff. And he's got some new things coming that some of you model car guys might be interested in. So come on over. I'll introduce you to Steve. But he has been so kind to offer me a little bit of his table so I can show you some of my stuff and possibly have some for sale up there. So this is what I'm trying to get ready for. And I've just come into some little bit of snags with my workshop that I got going. And here's a couple pictures of it. But yeah, it's an old travel trailer. And I'm having some electrical issues, so that was going to be, I kind of had to shift gears on that, and now I'm in the middle of basically wiring it like it's a building, an extra building, so it's going to just be house wired. It's just too much. The converter's bad, all kinds of weird stuff. So I'm going to be putting an air conditioning unit in that and making it more like a building. I'm gutting the whole thing out. We're going Breaking Bad with that baby.
Okay. Well, what are we building?
Oh boy, we're gonna have fun in there. I'll be doing some videos in there and showing you what's. Let's start with. I'm gonna take this out of the side. This is something pretty important, but I have showed this, and I want to actually tonight get working on this a little more. But this is the tack on. I'll just say it's a Jeep. Andy gave me the clearing. I can say it's a Jeep, but it's not a Jeep as far as whatever. But I am really digging this model, and I'm going to have a full video on the whole build. I did a video right there of, showing you all the parts. This was a pre-production. I didn't get a box. I didn't get decals. But Andy, if you go over to his channel, he has received the first production kit, and he's going to be coming out with a build video of that. And they did some updates, and so it's even a little better than this one that I'm working on. And I didn't have decals, and there's enough decals. Check out this decal sheet. There's a lot of options. So he's going to give me some of those decals, what he doesn't use, so I can put it on this Jeep. But I've just been, going through. I painted it with Tamiya acrylic, olive, army green. And I want to get going with the rest of it. I want to have this thing sitting at the table for everyone to see, at my table. I'm not entering it. To come check it out over at my table, and I'll have the box art and everything. And we're going to show it off there. I'll have this all built up for you. We got posable steel. I'm just giddy about that. We'll have this and showing it at the show up there, the Best of the West IPMS show up in Vegas there in the end of August. So that's going to be really cool. And another thing that I want to have ready for the this show up there that I'm going to have as a display is my first resin piece that I will be coming out with shortly. I was hoping to have it out last week, but I ran into a few glitches. I want this thing to be perfect, so plus the shop again holding me a little back, but I think we're getting close to that. I see the light at the end of the tunnel where I can start production. But this, as you see, that is a Pontiac Grand Am nose, and if you NASCAR guys are familiar, this is the Salvino's JR Models 81, 82, 83 Pontiac Le Mans that raced in the NASCAR Upper Series of Cup. And in the lower Sportsman, what was Busch Sportsman back then, a lot of the guys ran, the Pontiac guys ran a Grand Am, which is a different nose. And I have the Grand Am nose right here. I'm sorry, not Grand Am. This is the Le Mans nose that comes with this kit. And you can see the difference in what the noses look like. And it's very, very pronounced, the difference. So I know a lot of the NASCAR builders are real excited about this nose come out. Guys, I have talked about where it's going to be sold at. Please do not call them anymore. I will announce it here and on the groups when this thing is available. Please, I beg of you. Beg of you, please stop calling Andy's HHQ. They want to, over there, the ladies in the office want to really punch me right in the jaw. No, it's a kidding. But just don't bother them, please. We're getting it to you. I will let you know the minute it is up on the website. You guys are going to know. And it'll be ready for order. And there's going to be more of my product. Believe me. But please, I really, really ask very much, do not call asking about this nose. Because the ladies there that you talk to, they have no idea. Because honestly, I don't have any idea of the exact time, date, and everything. It's like when I am finally producing, and I got a bunch of these out, and I got Felix here. He's climbing my chair. He wants to look over the shoulder and be a part of this video. And we got something we're going to show you in a little bit that has to do with him, anyways. But anyways, what do you think, Felix? You like it? So when it's ready to happen, it'll happen. Like I don't have a crystal ball. It's when it happens, and that will be when I let you guys know, and that's when they'll know to start selling them. So we'll get with you that. But let me show you what I'm working on with this. As you can see, this is like I've made about 4 of these noses. One of the molds is kind of weird, and I'm trying to get it to where it works right because I need 2 molds to produce these. But I'm waiting on my actual product that I'm going to be using, my resin and my real rubber and all that, to really go into full production. I'm waiting to get a hold of all that. I'm using stuff from Hobby Lobby that is, for what I want to do, it's not up to standards. It's good stuff. It's great product for hobbyists, for things you want to do at your bench for yourself. But for production, it's really no bueno. And you can see I'm having a little problem. When you get parts from me, you're not going to have these little chocolate chips in there. Looks tasty, looks like a nice chocolate chip batter, but we don't want that. So it's good enough for my demo. And I even have, this one's even worse. I'm not even going to. This had some issues right there in the mold that I'm going to try to get cleaned up. So I want to make sure that when you guys get a piece, you can pull it out of the bag, put it on your part, glue it on there, and start getting all prepped for paint. Really, that's really how I roll. And as you can see, check that out. Look, it even has little nubs there for the chassis. Do I have a chassis here? Let's take a look. I got to take this off. Another secret project body I'm working on. that you can't see right there. That one's for later, but here, this thing fits right in. And just like the factory kits, that fits right up into there. And you know, you've got yourself, of course I didn't get this part, there we go. Never goes smooth when you're on camera. There we go. And that fits on in there, and pretty much this thing wants to fight me right now, but we're just, oh, that's why the hood went crazy. Anyways, I'm gonna just take the hood off. It's kind of this is my demo or mock-up chassis that I always have sitting off to the side. So there you go. But so I'm doing some cleanup on the body, getting it ready, and something I want to show you guys. This is really cool because it featured a tool that I got from Art Lasky over at Scale Pro Shop. Remember this Tack Life. I always call it Track. It's Tack Life. I love this thing. And you know what? Since I bought it, I've been using the heck out of it. I have a buddy of mine. I will let him remain nameless unless he wants to mention it. He said it didn't last long enough for him, but I don't know, man. I have been grinding things. I just keep this off to the side. I don't what? Felix is asking some things. What, Felix?
Okay.
Yeah, that's a Tack Life. But I haven't charged this ever. I've never plugged it in. It has got the charge that I got it, and I notice so it's starting to die out because I go to 1, I go to 2 is really low, and then 3 is 1 and 3 are almost the same. But I think, you know, I'll give it a charge here soon. It's just a USB port. But I have been using this as my main grinding tool. I don't even want to use my Dremel anymore. This thing just is, I love how small it is. But, you know, I've already talked about it. You want to see that video? Go right there. It has been great, and I was taking it and working it, and you can see I always like doing this with my stock car models. I like to knife edge. Yep, and this was just really nice and easy to use, being like a magic marker I'm holding, and I was able to grind out my wheel wells to get that thin. You see that, how it makes them look like thin. I've covered this in a video in the past. Makes them look like thin sheet metal instead of the thickness when, you know, how thick. I've showed that. I always like to knife edge my stock cars to make it look like it's just thin sheet metal. Felix likes it too. It's Felix approved. Yeah, exactly. So I just got a little bit more cleanup to do with this. Love this thing, and I think it is finally time to charge it. But I get a good, I get good use out of it. I really like the thing, and $35 I think they are. Whatever. Go over to Scale Pro Shop. There, Art Lasky, he'll hook you up with this. I think I'm gonna buy another one. I really dig this thing. I haven't decided yet. I want to just kind of. I have a built chassis for this. And I wanted to do an easy paint job and just have decals and lay it down. But I want to have this thing totally looking cool, like an actual car, you know, a actual model of an actual car from, you know, that really raced, and have it up there at Vegas to let you guys see, you know, the part all being used. And I found some decals. Let's see here. I got one of 2 cars I decided. I know that it's going to be primarily a white car because it's just easy. I really just want to paint it white and lay some decals. But I'm either going to do Bobby Allison's Miller Buick. Well, take the decals from one of my Miller Buicks. This is just from the old monogram kit. And he raced one of these. And he even had one that I don't even have to use the stripes on it. That would be really easy. And I love white race cars anyways. So I might do that, or I might do Tim Richmond's, or Jeff Bodine drove. I think even Brett Bodine drove the Grand Am that they raced in the Sportsman Series there, sponsored by Levi Garrett. It was usually either a 5 or a 51 or a 15. Seen it in many different ways. And this old, the J&J decal sheet, really old, and this can be risky. I'll probably have to do my old thing of spraying some clear on that before I use it. But I've had this old J&J decal sheet since the 80s. So I got these old decal sheets. It's going to be one or the other car. I'm leaning more towards the Bobby Ellison one just because then I don't have to paint but just white on this thing. I just want to get it done quick. I already have a chassis for it. And I want to just get it ready for the show up there. I don't want to spend too much time on these demo models because I have another model. I want to bust out my 40 Ford and finish that up to have it up at the show. You remember way back when that 40 Ford from the group build. I didn't really truly finish it. I got to get some radiator hoses onto it so the engine will cool. The engine that it came with, I used the Buick Nailhead engine. It didn't have any provisions for radiator hose, so we got to come up with something for that. I want to do that. And Felix took off. I bought Felix, and what he came in for, he's really excited. He brought this to me. I was over at Andy's today, and there's a Pokemon character that Felix likes. I was hoping he'd stay here when I'd show you guys real quick. We're going to build Felix's first model tonight, just him and I. And he just brought this. I let him take a look at it. It's Eevee from Pokemon. He loves Eevee. He's carrying the stuffed animal with him. And I brought this home, and he just got all excited. So that's what he came in here asking to do is let's build Eevee. Here he comes. Hey, buddy. Yeah, Eevee. So that's something Felix and I are going to work on. Bought it at Andy's. Just a great model shop. He's got everything there. And one last thing I want to show you guys. I wasn't really going to announce this until I actually used the product, but the guy's been waiting, and someone sent me some stuff to show you all, and I have faith that it's going to be a good product, and I think it's something that especially you guys that like to build factory muscle cars are going to be real happy to see. You're watching the Lucas C channel on YouTube. This company, Ray's Kits Decals. They are actually, I believe, in England or in Europe, the decals are actually made. But there's a guy named Joe Morgan who is on a lot of the groups. Now, if you're on the Facebook groups, you might have seen the product. He's really kicking it in, importing these decals for us to use. And let me show you what he gave me. Yeah. Yep. Felix approves. It's again Felix approved. These are great for muscle cars. The artwork seems beautiful. This is for the Pontiac 2+2, which there's nothing available, but that's something to think about. If somebody would do a resin body and make a street 2+2, I had kind of a neat idea. I said, heck yeah, send that to me. I might do an actual NASCAR version and put these decals on it. But I am a huge third gen, believe it or not, me, the Fox Body Mustang guy you all know me as, but one of my first loves was the third gen Trans Am. Sent me some Trans Am stuff. Looks pretty interesting, actually. The thing that really got my attention is this. Now, tail lights on that, and I busted this old kit out, so I'm probably gonna have to do a quick working with this old monogram Trans Am. This was like, when I got into building model cars, this kit was like brand new, and it was like probably the second kit I built was one of these. And I've got a few of them. I love this kit. I really do. It's special to my heart. I love those Trans Ams. And the tail lights were always a big deal to me on this car. I loved how the tail lights were on the real car, and it was very hard to replicate it. Monogram did such a beautiful job on doing the tail lights of this car, but to get them to look like that, you had to do some painting. It was really difficult. So I'm hoping that these decals are going to make it look so much better. But I've got some instructions on here on how to do these decals. The thing is you got to check it out. go over to Ray's Kits Decals, the Facebook group. Joe is always doing updates on what new decals he's getting in, and you can see it's a huge list. But what's really cool about this is, there's decal companies that are making all kinds of race car decals and stuff like that, but nobody really taking care of the factory stock markings, of the muscle cars, and throughout the years. They go on into the 80s, as you see. Pretty much all the cool stuff, all the cool markings. So, man, I got to tell you, I'm looking forward to using these. He sent these to me a while ago, and I just wanted to finally give a shout out. That's really cool. I'm looking forward to trying them out, and we'll let you know how they are. As you can see, I'll take these out. The artwork is really, really top notch. I don't know much about their printing process. Gosh, there's so many decals. There's some little ones. I don't know. What's that? Oh, geez. Oh, the Goodyear Eagle decals. Oh, that's going to be needed. But they're very crisp. Now, it's all one decal sheet, so you got to trim them out. And I think there's a clear over them. But they have everything you need to do to prep these. Good instructions. There's some different stuff. It's also another thing I like about this is, if you want to do the ones that have the trick telemetry. But all the faces for the different years of the gauges, that is going to be really cool. So this is a Pontiac Grand Prix right here. Oh, that's cool. I guess that goes with that one there. All kinds of, look at all these Grand Prix. I didn't notice all the Grand Prix stuff. That's pretty cool. But yeah, there it is. There's the Trans Am stuff. We'll be working with that on this Trans Am. There you go. And go check them out on their Facebook group, and you will see there are a ton of cars you can do now that even cars that were available back in the 70s, kits. If you happen to have, for instance, the Valari Roadrunner, that if you saw my old buddy Louis Meyer, he was showing off. He had 3 of those kits, and the decals might not be so nice. And I know I have a couple of those kits. I actually had that car years ago, right there. And I want to do a model of my car, and I might need to get a set of those decals from Ray's, because they got the Valari Roadrunner decals and all kinds of cool cars like that. So that's been kind of a section of the hobby that's kind of missing. American muscle car markings. So check them out. So that is pretty much it. Just wanted to roll out this long-winded little deal for you here. Have a video out letting you know what's going on. Holy cow. Man, these were pretty nice kits for back in the day. I always like these Firebird kits. Here we go. Real quick. You see, they did such a nice job. You can see how they had those deals right there. I'm really hoping my whole thing is that, which it looks like it would. I'm not sure how that decal would lay, but it'll probably lay right in there. And maybe that'll make it work out a little better. There's another one right there to give me that look when you flip it over. Because really you should have the black on the inside there. So we'll see how that works out. I'm pretty sure this is designed to work on the monogram kit. If not, I'll double check. Maybe it is designed to work on the old MPC. But either way, I have those too. I'll build one of these. I've been wanting to do a couple of just street Trans Ams. Love this car. I've got a couple of these kits. The wheels are rated from it, so I have to come up with some different wheels. But we'll get that going. There you go. What I got to work on tonight is I got to get on to this Jeep. That's priority tonight, and also getting this prepped for paint. I wanted to paint this last weekend, but I'll be painting it maybe tomorrow. So, hey, well, I'm jibber jabbering enough. I think everybody wants to go get on. It's a nice, right now, as I'm talking, Saturday night here in Phoenix. It is hot as you know what, and we don't like it a lot. And I'm not going to the car hangout or nothing like that. I'm staying right here in the air conditioning. I actually got to go to Home Depot and buy some parts for my shop. I really got to get working on that. You guys want me to? You want to start having some of my resin out there? Get a hold of it. You got to want to get me working on that stuff. Then tell me go to Home Depot and go get my stuff I need. Felix is here to punch on me. We're going to build Evie. We got a busy night tonight, so thank you guys for watching. And you can see I'm absolutely scatterbrained tonight, but I'm having a good time. And why is that? Because I'm building model cars. And why the heck do we build model cars? Why, Felix? Because they're fun. He's staring at me like I'm a maniac, of course. Here's the producer.